What's going on, people? Welcome to Never a Foul, where today we're going to be talking about transfers. Actually, we've got 6 big up transfers, and these are not any like small boy ones, not like the West Ham ones, the boy coming from Rennes at centre back. But today we're joined by man like Jordz, man like Romz, man like Guna Lee, who's trouble, and then obviously your boy Daps, who will get here soon because he's too busy watching Love Island, which I don't understand. I don't understand Love Island, man. But first of all, I'm going to bring in this guy. Recently found out he's actually quite local to where I grew up and everything. So shame he supports the other side. It's like Jedi v, the Sith. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, big up Romz.
Listen, big up yourself, bro. Big up Dave, you're Never a Foul. Thanks for having me, bro.
Oh, for real, it's your first one?
Yeah, bro. It's first one. I've been wanting to come this show. You and Daps, I've always watched you two. Trafford Tunnel, Never Fouled you two. I've been big support. So thank you.
Trafford,
even though you're, like you said, even though you're up, you still have to show the love. You know what I mean? So, thanks for having me.
Anyone that's here, call him a closet Man United fan. Trust me. Believe it or not. But what's it called?
Never.
No, this guy, I only spoken to him on one stream before this, and I see him in the comments. Bear, this guy is a troublemaker. Like, I'm talking, he bites people. He's a biter, but he's a gooner, and that's why his last name is Lee on top of that gooner. Gooner Lee in the building.
Come on.
I wish I had all that celebration shit that Igawa has like on their Monts one of the Big Six bands. You know what I'm saying? Big up Monts, by the way.
It's gonna be a bumpy season, man. But yeah, again, look, love for having me on, man. It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah. By the way, wait, who keeps ringing me? I think Daps is trying to ring me. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go through a few of the comments. So big up anyone in the comments. Obviously, love if you come from my Instagram. Love if you come from anywhere. Daps will be here very soon. It will be very soon. Don't worry, your boy, the Man City man himself. Fantastic FB. What's the latest update on the Frankie deal? You know what? We'll talk about that before we go through all the transfers. We're going to talk on Lukaku. We're going to talk on Lisandro Martinez, Usman Dembele, Sterling, and a couple others as well along the lines. Nothing for Liverpool. Fuck Liverpool. But
big up Calvin Ramsey. Just chat that in.
Big up Calvin Ramsey. We could talk about that as well. And if anyone knows anything about Calvin Ramsey, even better.
Listen,
but Clinical
man,
says
all they're trying to do is send him to the under 23s, man. Just trying to win.
No. You'll see him. You'll see him.
I think you'll see him this season because Trent needs rest. Like he does need rest. But you know what? Before I'm gonna go through this comment. This is Mr. Spurs himself. I'm going to call him Mr. Spurs because you know what? He's always got their back. He's always got a point to prove. And I swear down, this guy is stubborn. And you know what? He's stubborn like his new manager. So I'm going to bring him right in here. I think he's fitting right in there. Look at him. He's got a purple thing. Let me get rid of this comment.
Oh, man, no. You've got to move me away from him, man.
New jersey.
Man, come color coordinate.
I always come correct, man. Jordz, if you don't know.
Jordz obviously was in a stream with a girl like about an hour and a half ago or so. But obviously, I'm going to suspect that you're doing not too sad with the transfers going on with, Spurs and that.
Everything's good right now, man. I can't lie. That's why I've always got a big smile on my face. Things can only get better in the transfer window. We haven't even started. We haven't even made our big signings yet. So things are looking good right now, man. I can't lie.
Things are looking good. I'm going to go through a few of the comments. Obviously, Clinical, I'll bring your comment out quick. He says, teams always try to jack up the prices when selling us and bid under evaluation buying. 35 million for Sterling. For me, it's a bump. It is a bump. Obviously, if you are here, though, make sure you're liking this video. Get the likes up. It takes 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. 0.5 seconds of your time. Literally. And if you have done it, I appreciate you guys. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe as well. Obviously, big up Zohaib, newest mod as well. So behave yourself. He'll be looking at you, man. I don't know. I'd say Fafries says get the likes up, you cheapskates. Nick Saunders in the building. I believe he's a Man City fan. I speak to Nick quite a bit now as it goes. Actually, a lot of these guys actually talk to you on the Insta. I'm telling you guys now, Insta's the way forward. Friendly, no toxic places, nothing to get your mental health to go absolutely through the roof like on Spaces. But it says, according to the media and other fans, City are selling 9 players this summer, but then not saying what? Wow. I didn't. This is news to me. You know what? Someone else I can bring in right now. This is my co-host who's just come in the building. Finally, start watching Love Island. Wearing yellow, back in his McDonald's uniform.
Behave yourself, intern. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, come on, man.
People.
Big up to the ones that come back from the shops.
It was a rubbish episode tonight. Rubbish episode.
Yeah, I told you, man. It was not,
I
today
was just
wasn't
saying,
good,
I
man.
missed the last 15.
Bro,
I missed.
listen. How's Danica going in there and getting disrespected by people like Luka and flipping Andrew? It's mental. It's mental.
Do you know who else is disrespecting?
And Amber
Chelsea
as well.
with a 35 million
Amber's
bid.
a spice as well. Yeah, they are. Yeah, 100%. But anyway, yeah. Hold tight, Matisse. Do I need to get Canva up to do the chart thing? I do, don't I?
The Canva, yeah. You know what? You might have to take control because your intern forgot to do a couple portraits, but I'm gonna add them in. It'll take like 2 seconds because you know where you press on, you're stalling, and you're pulling out methods and stuff like that. Don't
Who's
think
missing?
like that.
Is there someone missing here, or is this everyone?
This is everyone. I don't think you wanted to get in a Chelsea fan because they're all scum.
I just couldn't find
Can't
one.
stand them. Can't stand them.
Chelsea boy.
All right, Romz, why are you not saying nothing? You're not jumping on the bandwagon.
No, Chelsea and that I can't stand, bro. Can't stand either of you.
Obviously, there's loads of people in it, so make sure you're smashing that like button as well. Obviously, there's quite a few more comments, so big up you lot in here. But why did you do that? Should we?
Yeah, I've got it ready.
Daps, speak to me on this one quick because this is quite new to me. Yeah, Nick Saunders here says, according to the media,
hold tight, Nick.
fans, hold tight, Nick. City are selling 9 players this summer. Have you seen any truth to that at all? I ain't seen none of that.
Nick, so then 9. I'm trying to. So Jesus, Sterling, Delap, maybe. The guy, the keeper.
Ake.
Yeah, I can't see us letting Ake go still. He's a bit. He can play in different roles. I can't see him. I can't even see Chelsea wanting Ake. Mahrez, I think like there's a keeper that went to.
See, you had depth problems.
Oh my God, he's gone and pulled up the cap. You know what, Lings? I respect your work rate. I'm not even going to change today because it matches and it's swaggy, so I don't care.
But
yeah, that's mad. I'd love to know who the 20 people are. No.
But didn't your
I
owner
was-
say, or your chairman
You
say,
might-
you're spending some crazy money this season? Like he said
He said after Haaland, there's more coming in. But
yeah.
to be honest with you, after Haaland, Alvarez, I can't really think of Cucurella and Phillips.
Calvin Phillips.
I can't really think after that of anyone else like.
I was going to say that. Do you reckon that will happen, the Phillips deal?
Yeah, I do. I'm not overly for it, but I do think it will happen.
Don't you need another keeper as well? Your backup keeper, because the one you've got, Stefan.
I mean, it
he's not
depends.
great.
100%.
Well, they just sold Bazanu, so I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, I know we would have kept him. You're spot on.
He's really good.
him.
I'm surprised you
would've
got rid
kept
of him because he's
it's
going to
something
be
I'd say,
Southampton's new number 1 man. He's a talented player.
Did Southampton buy 2 keepers this transfer window already?
Yeah, because Fraser Forster left. I believe they've got another keeper in.
But you're right. I would have kept him over Zach Stefan, in my opinion.
He's not great. Is he?
Nah, the Cucurella one, I'm generally for. Few issues with it, but I'm not going to talk on it no more. Talked on it enough. But the Calvin,
we're not going to talk on that one. We're not going to talk.
Yeah,
What about Bernardo Silva? Because there's been, I know last season, you guys were trying to push him out, and then he stayed, and then now
we weren't trying to push him out. He wanted to go. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
there was none of
and apparently now he wants to go again. He's just not like.
You know what it is, yeah. Apparently, like he's not happy with the weather, and generally that is what it is. It's not happy with the weather. Like it's a one thing. He's like calm. You see him. He's out walking his dog around Manchester, and that is a very normal person, yeah. And he's proper nice, and he's brought into City and everything. He just don't like the weather, and I'll be honest. It does seem like Barcelona seems to have maybe turned his head a little bit, but here's the thing. It's going to take a lot for him to go. This isn't like Ferran Torres, where City are going to go, do you want to go? And if Ferran Torres said yes, all right, cool, go, 50 mil, done. This isn't like, again, Sterling and Jesus, who've got a year left on their contract. All right, cool, if you want to go, we're gonna make Bernardo Silva, we're going to play hardball. It'll be like, cool. If you want Bernardo Silva, yeah, that's giving us. Whereas with Sterling and Jesus, we don't overly need to go out and replace them. We've already got replacements. Bernardo Silva, we don't. Bernardo Silva's a very unique, special player. I call him the sexy Kante for a reason. He can do the sexy stuff, but he's also got an absolute energy, like his engine. He's an engine. He's a hard one to find. Like, so that's good. Pep's already come out and said, I think he got asked by Barcelona and he said, good luck with that one. Like, because that's not his job. And rightly so. Pep's like, that's not my business. Deal with the board. But I'm telling you now, we're not letting that guy go for cheap. He's not going for no little money. And Barca are going to have to find some big money to get him. I do get why they'd want him. He'd be the perfect person to put alongside their younger midfield. And I think everyone would want him in it, realistically. But I don't want him to go. That is a big season. That's a big L. Don't like him going is as big a L as maybe Haaland coming is a W. Maybe not commercially, but for overall game. Bernardo Silva is an absolute monster. And you need him to make the Rodri Gundogan or Rodri whatever. You need his legs there. His legs are everything. Like, so.
Another one you mentioned, you didn't mention, is Zinchenko. He might go Everton.
See, I heard
Arteta. Where you going, Arsenal?
Yeah, apparently Arteta, but he won't now because you got Vieira. You got Vieira. He's definitely.
And we're looking at the Martinez guy. So that's another one.
I think so too.
Oh, cool. Bless. Yeah, with the Zinchenko one, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, every summer he gets linked away, and every summer he comes out and says, "No, I want to stay." And by the end of the season, he's usually working his way into being one of our first choice left backs. The Arsenal thing, yeah, with it being Arteta, with it being apparently Arteta said, "I'll give you your preferred role in the sense." It makes sense because ultimately he could cover Tierney. But if Tierney's back, you could play him in a different role. And he knows how to play the style of football that I think Arteta kind of wants to play. And I think he could have been tempted. Like, he ain't being tempted by Everton. Not for nothing. Who's being tempted by Everton? Let's be I'm sorry, yeah. When anyone that comes out and says, if you have money, then you can buy success. Everton is the example of how you can't.
But Daps, the thing is, though, with Cucurella coming in, Zinchenko is going to see his chances limited. So he's going to be looking for a move. He's not going to want to be staying at City.
Cancelo was sensational last season. He's going to have to go to. Everton. Nah, he won't. He won't. The guy believes in himself. He'll stay and fight because he's done it like 3-4 seasons now.
And you know, when you've got a winning coach at City as well, as much as you want to start, you kind of don't mind just being in the camp. It's a good vibe.
He's turning 26 this year. He's not a young player no more.
But he's won 4 Premier Leagues. What's he chasing?
I mean, similar to Jesus, at that certain age, like 25, 26, you now want to embed yourself into a team and be a starter. Like, that's the reason why Jesus.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. With Jesus has got a World Cup. Zinchenko's now confirmed he doesn't have a World Cup. And even if he did, he's one of the first names on
World Cup.
Ever. Secondly, in November. You're right, Cass. Where you been? You've been sleeping for like 2 years or something.
Jesus has got a World Cup. Oh, bro! I thought you said he won one. I was thinking, wait, what? When did Brazil win the World Cup? I was bugging out for a minute.
You'd have to think about that one. Like, when did Man United last win a trophy? To be fair, but with the other thing with Arsenal, the other thing with Zinchenko is
we're not in the same.
There is a certain amount with Zinchenko right now that
your boat's in a canal, my brother.
If we're being honest with Zinchenko, you can say he wants to cement himself in a team or whatever. Do you know what? I think the one thing Zinchenko wants more than anything in life right now, yeah, is stability in his life. Like, literally, yeah. Do you think he really cares that much about, like, honestly, I think with Zinchenko, he's comfortable. He's got a whole club that's supporting him, even to the point where we've allowed some players from Ukraine to come and train with our team just to get him out of Ukraine and that. I think Zinchenko, like when we won the league, any City fan that was at there the last game of the season, most of the trophy parade was around Zinchenko. I think he feels he bleeds blue, and I think he'd rather stay and fight. So I don't think so. I think he's come out and said he wants to stay and fight.
Yeah, he's happy. I think he's the type that's happy and fight for his position and play his role as he is doing now. You need those sort of players.
But if Arsenal can't turn his head, then Everton in. No way.
Yeah, no, Everton can't. That's not the guy. That's not the place to go right now. It's not attractive whatsoever.
It's not like a Delph where Delph's coming towards the end of his career and you can kind of just Everton sign another OAP. Like, he's coming into his prime, and I understand if you're coming into your prime, you might want to move away. But like I said, City have a winning culture. He's gonna win probably something every year from here on out. And I think Pep is fair like that. We all know he does to rotate, and I do feel he won't get much playing time, especially if Cucurella comes in, but he'll still get some like cut runs and whatnot. So I can't see him leaving.
Let's be clear and look at this, yeah. And I get this season was mad because you got to remember Cucurella, yeah, is a Benjamin Mendy replacement, yeah.
Of course.
That's who he's replacing. We've been trying to replace him. He should have gone a long time ago. This is the thing, though. He was on a long ass contract, yeah. We would have got rid of him time ago, right? Irrelevant to the court case, yeah. We would have got his injury records just awful as well. But with Zinchenko, if we look at this season, and this is the business end of the season, last season, business end of the season, Bayern Munich, PSG games, yeah, the guy was a monster, right? This season, the Real Madrid away game, admittedly we lost, but it was him and Gundogan coming on, changed the game, right? Wolverhampton, the game where De Bruyne got 4. If De Bruyne didn't get 4, Zinchenko's getting man of the match that game. Last game of the season, Zinchenko's substitution was pivotal. Yeah. So he can do, and every season, he's a central midfielder. Every season, he's getting better defensively because he's learning how to pay. He's perfect.
I just add in as well, that game he played against Scotland. That game he played in centre mid. It was absolutely top notch. And even against Wales, they didn't go through, but he had a storming game. I'll be honest, I saw parts of him, and none of you would agree, and none of you will actually, you're going to banter me, but I swear to you, in that game against Scotland, he looked like Jack Wilshere against Barcelona.
So I often compare him to David Silva. I compare him to David Silva with certain things he does. The way he just floats around, always offering outlets for the ball. Very simple passing. Just give me the ball, I'll give it you back. He's always there for the ball.
I thought you were going to give him a compliment there. Is Jack Wilshere even a compliment?
I mean, do you know what?
It was.
There's nothing to compliment you, man. You support Spurs, brother. I don't need to say any more.
Lee, I know the point. I know the point you're alluding to. It's when he had like 4 men around him and he was weaving out in and out, and then he popped it off. Yeah. I can't lie. I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of Liverpool and City fans don't watch each other, but I watch City a lot. It kills me to say it, but it's draining. But I watch them, and I didn't know. I always knew Zinchenko was a good player, but I did not know he had that dribbling ability in him. When I saw that, I was like, "Did you really just do that? Like, it's crazy."
Well, man should thank us, Milner. Like, when Pep speaks on but there's relevance to it, yeah, because when Milner joined us, I honestly believe when Milner left, technically he was better because he was playing around like midfielders and this is why Pep said Foden never got loaned out for that reason. Keep him around certain players, around the first team. And he said the same about McAtee. No, we're not loaning him out. He needs to stay here and be around certain footballers. And it's the same as Zinchenko. He's been around this Pep. He's been there from the start, right? He's won 4 Premier Leagues with Pep. He knows how to play Pep football and he knows how to do the simple things. I'm not saying he's a world beater, but again, with our system, he knows how to play it and he will give 100%. It's mad we spoke this long on Zinchenko. He deserves it. But one thing I would say, no City fans want him sold. If he was to go, it'd be like, you know what, good luck, bro, because you deserve it. Like you've stayed and fought for your place several years.
You sound like the Liverpool fans with Mane.
I knew someone was going to come up with that, you know.
Crying out. That's the guy that wants to leave. Fair enough.
Before we move on to anything, there's about 30 guys in here and it's rising as well. So make sure you're smashing that like button, get this to 50. We want to see 50 probably in the next 10 minutes, obviously. So, but yeah, man, you know, talking all like wing backs, full backs, so forth. Jordz, yeah, just a quick one before we get onto the transfers with ones that we got lined up for tonight. Perisic. I want to know more. Like, I don't slander him. I rate Perisic. He's got his work rate, his left foot and right foot. Where is he going to play next season? Is he actually there for wing back or is he there for cover on the wing?
Yeah, no. He's going to be playing in both positions. So he's going to be playing wing back mainly. He's going to be taking over Reguilon's position, playing on that left wing back. Yeah, that's a good name for him, to be fair, because he has been a very much regular Don recently. He's lost all that Spanish touch to him. The technical ability's just not been there, and I think we're going to get rid of him. Perisic, and also, as you said, look, he's going to be a backup to the right wing back. He's going to be backup to the left wing, the right wing. He can play either side, so he's just a versatile player that's going to be playing in many positions for us, but mainly on the left side. Great player to come in, probably one of the best wing backs in the Serie A last season, and to get him on a free, you cannot complain, man. He's going to be one of the star signings and one of the best players for us next season, no doubt in my mind.
with them consistent 7 out of 10s, basically, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much
100%.
like them
But he's also
Aspilicueters
a
and all
goal
that kind
threat.
of.
He gives you some goals. He gives you some assists. As you know, he was a winger before, so it's not like he's not used to getting down in that final third and making something happen.
Fair enough. I don't know what happened to Guno. I'm sure he'll be back in a second.
I think it was the Perisic vibe. Because I was going to
There
say
you go.
I've been looking elsewhere, but the minute you started talking on Perisic, I thought this is
Yeah,
perfect.
listen.
So I know Lee's going to want to talk on him.
Any waffle, my internet just goes funny, you know.
Told you.
Funny like your squad.
What are you saying? You're going to sign a better player than Perisic then? A better,
I'll be honest, I don't want to hear.
Have you told them where you think your club's finishing? First of all, you told them where you think your club's finishing.
Tottenham, yeah. I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? Cool. I can be honest, and I don't. One thing I want to say is I don't want Arsenal fans to be fake and say that this Basuma signing isn't a great signing. It's a great signing. I'm not going to put him on the levels of Kante, but it's a great signing. We shouldn't be shameless. Like, we have to be real. But this Perisic thing is so big up, John. This Perisic thing is so overrated. It's unbelievable. Like, I cannot believe people are talking about Perisic. He is so overrated, man. And I'm not talking about because he's old that he's not going to do well. I just don't think he's going to do well because he's just not that guy. He's not that player. Like, and people need to relax with this system thing. People go on like Conte can't make a mistake or make it as a decision that's incorrect, and I'm just not feeling it. For me, look, let him prove me wrong, man. The same way that I said Nketiah needs to prove me wrong, let Perisic prove me wrong, man. So
you know what, yeah. And before you go on that, because we can talk about this all day, I'm gonna talk about someone that has flopped, and he's probably proved himself wrong. He thinks he's top baller, getting out. I'm just gonna have to bring it out right now. This man here, yeah, probably it doesn't get said enough. Probably where would you not rank him in? Probably biggest. He's done it. He's been there and done it in the Premier League. He scored bare goals, but in his spell recently, this has got to be biggest flop of the season, no? One of them. One of them, top two. For the price he is, 100 million of the Queen's finest silver.
Do you know who
on this man here?
I agree.
He's like a modern day Yakubu. That's what all he is.
The footed version.
Lukaku's just really not that good, man. His touch is all over the place. The Premier League football's too fast for him, and you saw like he got many chances for Chelsea. You can't blame it on the system because he had enough times to try and prove himself, and he just wasn't good enough. The Premier League's too much for him.
I got a statement from here. I need to just choke to my chocolate here. Emmanuel Hastings says Foden was a bigger flop.
Foden?
Did you hear that, Daps?
That doesn't even
make sense. How does that make any sense?
He's trying to draw out Daps. Come on, man.
Yeah, he wants Daps' attention.
Daps, they want their food, bro. Delivery service. Come on.
No, not Foden.
Oh,
1 minute, please. 1 minute.
I will say Lukaku's definitely the biggest flop.
And you know why that didn't make sense as well? Because Cass said signings. That Foden wasn't a signing. You know what I mean? There was no context at all.
Yeah,
also,
he's
Timberland boots. You know what? This guy gets no respect. And also, a gal highlighted earlier that Sky Sports used a funny picture of him. Like this one way he looks shocked in the face. Like anybody else is going to be shocked that this guy was going to be back into it. This guy, this is what I mean. At Man United, he made that dressing room toxic. I'm so certain that it was him that started it all, really. Like this guy was, oh my, every time this guy would come and start, he would piss me off, bro. And then he would always talking about it's everybody else's fault, but his own fault. He never took accountability. Do you know what I'm saying? Not saying it's Man United didn't fail. I'm sure Man United failed him at the same time. But this guy loves to talk absolute shit. And he just don't stop doing it. And he don't stop doing his flirting thing and all sorts. And he thinks he's actually one of the world's best when he really isn't. And that's just my opinion. I'm sure Chelsea fans also agree with me. There's something that we can actually agree on. But it looks like it's been confirmed today by Fabrizio himself that he is going to be back off to Inter Milan. And it will be around 8.5 million on a loan plus an obligation to buy. Where we don't know what fee that's going to be. He goes back to Milan. He obviously probably improves their front line. But does he hit those heights again in the Serie A? Do Inter Milan fans even forgive this guy for leaving and just coming back in the next season?
Yeah,
that's what confused.
No, you go.
That's what confused me originally because when he first went to Chelsea, a lot of Inter fans and the board and whatnot were saying we'll never have him back. He's done us a disservice the way he left, the nature in which he left. But now they're kind of twerking for him again. They kind of need to make their mind up. Like I wasn't sure what the fans and the board and the board won. But I always believe if you're big and strong and quick in this area, you're gonna excel. You just have to look at history speaks for itself. The Adrianos, look at Osimhen now, the Rafael Leao's of the world. Like anyone that's just big and strong, Tammy Abraham, he's gonna go back there and do well. It's fact. But how he left Chelsea and how they won him back, it's just very confusing. But to answer your question, I think he's gonna go there and do very well again. Probably get 25 to 30 league goals again.
And it was a whole comparison of that. He scored more goals than Ronaldo in Serie A, and he never actually. To be fair,
exactly.
There you go. But this man, he's still a good player, but I just don't like his attitude. Go on.
The whole Lukaku saying, like he went to Inter Milan and his best period was under Conte. So I don't really know if it's going to do as well as he did before, because he kept bigging up the whole reason why he was playing so well, because he was under Conte. So let's see if.
But he did big up himself, not just himself though. He said a big integral part of his play was through Martinez. Always that guy, the second striker.
He told him to wait there for him, so he's got. And if you know, Dybala's joining them as well, so that's going to be a dangerous trio.
Dybala's going to Inter Milan, and again Brahma.
So Inter Milan are going to have a very good team built around him. And he's played with many of the players before, so he knows how to play to their strengths. And Inzaghi's a good manager who can get something out of him. I just don't think he'll do as good as he done before. But
revival of the Milan team, looking like.
Did you just say that Inter Milan are getting Brahma?
Apparently so, yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a Conte pool. I thought there was a. Okay.
You see this with Arsenal fans, right? They try to.
I'll be 100. Hold on. Wait. Sorry. 1 second. Firstly, people, please smash the likes if you're watching this right now. I knew this was going to happen when Lee and Jordz were coming on. When I realized these two guys, I thought this is going to be fun. So people, keep smashing that like. Let's get it up now. Let's let these two go to it.
Let's get something.
Talk on it.
All right, let me get something straight. First of all, Bremer, he was the Serie A best defender in the league last season that just went. Do you know who won that the season before? Christian Romero. We buy big players like that. If we want him, we'll go out there and get him. We do have that pool, and the Conte pool is there. But let's get one thing straight. We're not going in for him like that. We don't need a centre back. We need a left centre back. We're going for Gavardio. We're going for Pau Torres, Hincapie, and Dicker. We've got many names in the book, but we don't need to go for him. Because if we do go for him, and I'll be very happy if we do, there's going to be big problems. Just know that Arsenal aren't in that conversation, and you never could be. You wouldn't consider playing Europa League.
I'm hearing all of these players that you haven't got. What about Bastoni? Talk on that, please, because you didn't get him, and I thought you was going to get him.
We're talking about young players that want to stay at the club. That's like trying to take Saka away from Arsenal. He's a player that wants to.
What? Hold on. I want to talk. You talk about the Conte pool. That's what I want. This guy.
You want to hear about the Conte pool?
Apparently, I don't know. I don't agree with this, but he's apparently the third best manager in the world. So I want you to explain to me why you can't get your first targets, because Arsenal are getting their first targets. The first target. Man United ain't. So I don't know what's going on.
Don't do this. Don't do this. So Bastoni was we went in for him. You can't drag a player away from a team that he doesn't want to leave. If he wants to stay there, that is fine. Paul can't do nothing if you want to stay at the club. Let's give something straight.
Maybe it's the club.
Just to get one thing clear, Antonio Conte, Paul, is real. You're talking about Italy. In Italy, he's one of the best managers that have ever come, Italian managers ever. He's a man that took Juventus to how many titles? He took Inter Milan to a title after 10 years. This guy will bring any player from Italy to Tottenham when he needs to. So when Perisic and Conte give you that call in Italy...
Vardio ain't going to Tottenham, bro. I can't see that man going to Tottenham.
No. This is what they do. When they don't get a player, it's because they want to stay at the club. Who cares? The point of the matter, is that you couldn't get the player because they don't want to come to your club because you're wasted. You're washed. You're finished.
Arsenal even in for any players that play for Champions League teams. You're going for these dead players that no one wants.
Gabriel Jesus.
Listen, this good idea. I couldn't give a toss about Spurs. This I have to jump in because this whole washed whatnot. They are a more attractive club as it stands than you lot. I don't want to hear about the big club stuff. They are a more of an attractive outfit right now than Arsenal are.
I totally disagree.
Even if it is going there and only winning something for that one season, because I can't lie, George. We all know once Conte leaves, he will dip. Like, I don't think he's a long-term manager. The only way I feel he stays long-term is if Levy keeps backing, because everyone has this idea that he is short-term, but he only leaves once he's pissed off. Like, if you don't piss him off, he's gonna stay. If you continue to back him, I can see Conte long-term.
That's a massive if. Every card he goes
Well,
to,
is it a massive if? Because right
Is
now,
it if or is it a hope? Is it if or
everyone
hope?
said he wouldn't get back this summer. Right now, he's getting backed. We're getting all the signings we want. He's going out for his top targets. We're getting most of them. You're not always going to get every target that you want, but that's why you have two or three more.
You know the lovely thing about that is the more players he buys, the more pressure.
No, it's funny. This is about Lukaku, you know, and now it's all gone to Arsenal and Tottenham. Like, what the hell? I'll get
going to happen
to
show with
yeah,
Lee and
man.
George. This is going to happen
Listen,
all show.
Just get Mr. Dore. Just get Mr. Dore in here as well, man. Just get. Yeah, man. So what are we on? We're on 46. Like, we're 4 away from 50. There's about 40 guys nearly in here. Come on, 4 more likes. Get this to 50 likes. Make an account if you don't have an account, and make sure you are subscribed to everybody here.
Yeah.
And
all the links for everyone, socials, channels, everything is in the description.
All down below.
So make sure you go and grab that, follow them all. Right, so we're talking Lukaku. Let me get some order in here. I'm trying to load up a video I'm going to play later for a bit of banter. Lee, I want your opinion on it. George, your opinion is going to be hilarious. But
why not my opinion?
Yeah, your opinion. You were there, so you
thanks,
saw it firsthand. Right.
Oh, was it?
No, not slides. So what am I doing? I'm going to share screen. So,
one day.
Right, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
So who are we looking at? We're looking at Lukaku so far. And we're looking at Lukaku from a Inter point of view. Yeah?
Yeah.
Or are we looking at it from a Chelsea point of view?
I think for me, that's a straight. It's a press-on situation. It suits both parties. It suits both parties, and he's a bit of a prick. So why not get rid of him? So yeah, back to Inter you go. And
just for the career. Is he a prick, or does sort of Tuchel have to take some responsibility?
No. Think of what he done in December, bro. He was already flirting with Inter Milan and everything, talking in interviews about how much he loved them and everything. Like bro, you're a nerd, fam.
Deep what he said. I hope to return whilst I'm still in my prime playing good football. That means in the immediate future. Like, he needs to realize how old he is. That's the biggest diss. I was saying to my Chelsea brethren, the minute I heard that, I'll be finished. The only way you can repay me back as a fan by scoring goals, and even then, once you score the goals, summer, bye. Like, that's it. That's the ultimate disrespect.
But you know what? Look, even Dore said, I don't. Obviously, big up to him. I think that Tuchel didn't want Lukaku, and maybe behind the scenes didn't make him seem wanted or loved, and that does play a factor because Lukaku is that kind of guy who needs to feel appreciated. But look, at the end of the day, the more Chelsea are in the mud, the better it is for me because I hate them. So whatever.
Facts.
Yeah, and this is a thing. On the stream earlier when I was saying, look, we don't know how Chelsea's like people. Bice was saying kind of like, he was shaking his head, but I wasn't even dissing because right now Chelsea's owner could come out tomorrow. I even said we don't know what changes need to be done behind the scenes first from a business point of view before the money starts being spent. There might be weird paperwork that has to be done. And I said, and we don't know that Chelsea's board might come out and splash exactly the same. They might even splash more than, but to come on and act like Chelsea are going to move exactly the same under an American owner, I think is very naive, very, very naive. Yeah. And all we can look at is their first bid, which is 20 million for Sterling. When Lee, what are you, man, looking to pay for Jesus?
42.
Right, so 42, then you've got Sterling's English tax, then you've got the fact that Sterling's numbers, and you're offering 20 million on Raheem Sterling, who also commercially does far more than Jesus does, right?
I think it's 30 million, and your board came out today and said you want nothing less than 60 million, apparently.
Well, and this is a thing I just said to Matisse as well on it, that Chelsea fans need to realise. The only reason Sterling is looking to leave, is because he wants this to be a big boy contract. He's 27, right? This is his big boy contract. Otherwise, he'll stay. It's like Mane and Salah at Liverpool. They're happy, They're winning trophies. They're happy, but this is their big boy contract. So it's like, I'm going to flirt and see what's out there. And if man come in with crazy offers, I'll go. Apparently some Chelsea man is saying Sterling will take a wage cut. Are you fucking mad?
No
The guys in England's team nailed on, right? He's winning trophies season in, season out. Yeah, he's getting paid 300 grand a week. If he stays for one more year, he goes on a free contract and demands even more money. And in the next year, he gets to play alongside Haaland, which could boost his numbers because he's back playing alongside a striker, which is where he flourishes. And you think he's going to take a pay cut? What world are you living in? Like, so your owner that's offering 20 million for Sterling, yeah. When it gets to the wages, this isn't even negotiating with City's board is not your issue. When you start having to negotiate with Sterling and his agents and you go and offer little wage cut, take 175, Sterling is literally gonna crack up.
Can I just add to that as well?
Actually, you know what? Before we go into the Sterling thing quickly, I made a poll. I'm going to do a poll for every single one. Everyone said press on out of the 12. There was only 12 votes, to be fair. I've literally just done it. So for Lukaku, but because I made a flipping thing, one of these, might now talk on Sterling. That's all everyone knows what we're going to go through right
Lovely graphics. Hold tight soups as well.
Just to add to what Daps said as well, it would be very naive of Chelsea fans to think they may spend how they used to spend, because Todd Bowley, their owner's already come out and said he loves our model, and you already know what our model's like. So if I was Chelsea fans, I'll just listen. You don't hold your breath, mate, because I don't know if they're going to spend that much. Because I was even saying off air, maybe they could get third. When I actually sit back and look at it, it all depends on this window because they've got too much in-house problem.
And this is the thing. I'm not saying they won't spend. I'm just saying it's naive if you think that everything's going to stay exactly the same. Like, that's so naive. It's like me coming. I said on the previous stream, it's like me going, Haaland's going to score as many goals as he did in the Bundesliga. That's naive. I can't come here and say that, because it's a different league. This is an American owner. Look at American owners, and to think that things are going to stay the same as under Romance, mental. And look, and you got it spot on. The debate right now for me, I know Lee's screaming Arsenal. The debate for me, and let's be clear, the window's not closed, Tottenham and Arsenal are showing intent, 100%, Chelsea have to do a lot. Like, I'm not sure. There's so much they need to do. And the problem is, Stadium United, everyone knows they need to do it, which means
don't you think that's the thing? I think because you know that they need to buy at least 3 centre-backs. They've lost Aspilicueta, they've lost Christensen and Rudiger.
And Thiago's of a certain age as well.
But no, just in terms of the 3 players that they've lost straight away, they're going to bring in that youngster, Cool Will, who's actually quite good. But he's not seasoned, Right. And then you definitely need at least two more centre-backs. That's massive. And Koundé, good, but I'm not
sold on.
I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on it.
I like Koundé still. I like Koundé.
No, he's good, but I'm not sold
whether he's physical enough. But
he favours the move to Barcelona. I've heard.
My life 1-2-1-2.
No. I think Kaz was on it.
No, he's probably talking to his in the background. He does that.
You know what? Actually, I was.
He does have friends.
Wow. I get disrespected.
I'm a friend. You don't.
Oh, friends. YouTube friends. What's it called? But basically, I was going to say as well, Koundé does suit the Premier League in the back three, 100% under Tuchel's system. That's perfect for him. He's that pace and his agility. It makes total sense. But as Daps was saying, he said this
but they do need a shithouse in there.
You said this a couple times before on Man United. Barcelona know Man United need De Jong. They know they need centre mids and defensive mid. They're going to charge the premium price as they see fit. So same thing with Chelsea, as you were saying, Guna, as well. They need wingers, bro. They know their attacking lineup. It stinks of shit because it does stink of shit.
They need a striker. They need wingers. They need everything. Let's be honest. We can't act like Kante's not getting worse by the minute.
They need centre mids. They're going to charge the premium. It's a new club. It's a new dawn. So we don't know what we're going to get with. But by the way, there's 47 people, 50 people in there now. So make sure you're smashing that like button. If you want to comment, make sure you're subscribed as well. I believe, is that right, Daps?
Yeah.
And just keep smashing that like button. We want 75 likes now. We reached the target of 50 today, so thank you very much for tuning in. And everyone that follows with Gunnar, Jordz, and also Romz, if you want to ever see them talk about their clubs respectively, links are in the description.
Lee, you did a video earlier, or was it yesterday, right?
Yeah, just sort of a little preview, but I'm starting to drop from probably next week. Yeah.
So we spoke on Jesus. I mean, on Sterling. I think that's going to be a hard deal to get over the line because I think it's not just City playing hardball. Sterling is going to play hardball. I've personally said I don't believe Sterling will go because I think he'll run his contract down.
I've got a couple comments. I want to go through a couple comments of different different valuations. Raheem saying, who does Chelsea think they're offering 20 million? Joke of a club. 20 million? I didn't see that one. C1 London says 45 million.
I've seen 20 million.
45 million plus add-ons. Yeah, it depends on how much add-ons. I think that could be.
You know what? I want to ask you a question about that. Do you think that, I know there's the rhetoric about Man City being a small club. Do you think Chelsea are looking at Man City thinking, you're still a small fry in this thing, we're going to try and take a play off of you and you can't do nothing about it?
Bro, we're talking about
Chelsea.
Impossible. Good luck to him.
Impossible. We're talking about four Premier Leagues in the last 6 seasons or whatever you want to say.
4 in the last 5, mate.
Yeah, but it's still fresh. Man City is still fresh.
Leonard clearly likes Sterling. He wants 60 million at least. Almost saying 50 million.
Repeat what you just said, please, brother.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel if we get the targets that we deserve, who are Brazilian, by the way, and there's a point I've got to say about that.
Rafinha, we haven't spoken it, but I've heard that is Arsenal's board have drawn up contracts like they think it might happen.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers for that,
If we
Lee.
get those targets, personally, I don't see why we couldn't. We couldn't challenge, because if you go back to the game when we played you guys at the Emirates, even Pep said himself that Arsenal, we outplayed you for the first half. You have to just admit that.
No, 100%.
Yeah, it was unreal. He said it was one of the hardest games, but you have world-class players who finish their dinner. That's as simple as that.
More important than anything. That's when we step up.
Yeah, exactly. So that happens. If we can do that consistently and we have the freshness and the rotation, and we can do that week in, week out, why won't we be up there? If we can challenge, if we can put City on reins for a half, if we can have that fitness to do it for 2, why?
Sorry.
Wow, he came with some energy, boy. It sounds like you know what that sounds like.
The best. I love Monster to bits. I love Monster to bits, but the best bit was when he said, "If we can do that for a half."
I'm not joking. Arsenal fans are starting to sound like how Spurs fans.
You know what it is? Honestly, you know what it is? Everyone in the pack probably has a problem with Arsenal. I actually don't. I just have a problem with their fan base. So that most of my family are Arsenal. I've grown up kind of watching them, but it's their fan base that you're just. And I'm not going to say all of you because it's unfair, but a good set, the majority of you are just. What are you thinking? You're just deluded, mate. Like
I think where he went left is when he said challenge.
Yeah,
that's why I played it. It's a challenge.
That's when
that to me. That's crazy. And again, I've been getting onto Chelsea Arsenal fans myself because I've seen a load of slander about Bissouma, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to.
This is the key, bro. That's massive.
Back to the day.
That's the same with everyone.
Disrespect to Liverpool and City.
Back to the day. Everyone
have Arteta as manager.
Yeah. Back to the day though. If everyone on here made agree, I think so. The worst fan base that you probably hate the most is probably the
Liverpool.
One. No. It's the one.
No, it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool.
The ones within your own.
No, it's
your own club, bro.
Liverpool.
It's your own club. You got
the
that's
worst
your
club, bro. Not my club.
No, yeah, because you got like 500 fans, bro, and they're just growing now. But
sorry, bro.
But
you know what? It's anyway, there's a few.
Imagine big Man United have drawn to them levels.
We've been doing it for time, Daps. You got to know, I've got to have some sort of shame this week. I pick up Dore and Tor, by the way. Obviously, laughing at
November, brother. November.
I agree with you because even my club, we're the worst. Sentiment FC, like we need more fans like me and Hussam. Like you can't be living in the past. Like, you have to live.
We need less. We need less than Hussam.
No. We need more Sam. We need more Sam. And the thing is, we have this abbreviation for top reds where they can't see the problems in front of us. They're just deluded. They're living off the past and whatnot. But you're right in a sense. It can be actually your own fan base, not City are flying over there. But with us,
do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Yeah, why it is? It's because we're from South. That's the difference. People assume Daps hasn't been a Man City fan for I don't know how many years, how many of.
Listen, Daps will tell you, when I first met Daps, I said that how I have to ask every City fan that looks young, born
I
in
never got asked that until we won a trophy. Now I get asked it all the time.
That looks young. Daps, did you hear that?
But Daps was telling me he's young. Years, 20 plus years, he's a City fan, and I commended him.
And the rest, rude boy, and the rest. Thank you. This is 20 plus years, but. Yeah, it's mad. Look, I would love to say I'm going to get used to it and not buy every single time, but I will continue to buy every single time. It's just what I do. But no, sorry. That came. I didn't actually mean to play that slide yet, but it was mad because I rate Arsenal's transfer window, and one thing that who was speaking on it that someone said something that was so true. I think it was someone from United's fan base said
it was definitely me then.
Nah, I can't remember.
It was 100% me. It was 100%.
I'll give you the credit. What they said is, because I think maybe one or two United fans are saying, we need to. No, sorry, it wasn't United, it was Liverpool. And they were saying, it was Hassam that said this, that some Liverpool fans, top Reds, I think, are saying, we need to calm down with the overreacting, because the Darwin Núñez deal was a very difficult deal to do. Yeah. So we've had to get that over the line. And now we can focus on a few others. Yeah. And it's like, hold on, Arsenal right now, have multiple conversations going with multiple teams. So, and this is fact. I'm sorry, these are big ass multi-million pound companies. You're telling me they can't have more than one conversation?
Exactly.
This is what Lings is doing, man. It's what Lings is doing.
It's fine.
You can't. The one thing you can't do is
£2.88. I wish
only Liverpool fans can rattle Daps.
Not
at the moment. They can't. To be fair,
I will tell you, I'm quite amicable. You get Liverpool fans are always just trying to argue in that. I just accept my club. A lot of Liverpool fans can't accept City the better team. You just have to admit the proof's in the pudding. But trust me, Daps, hopefully when we do in that Prem, you'll see a different side of me, but I'm humble. I can't be bragging if there's nothing.
And this is the first time on the show earlier on the Gal show. It's the first time, because usually in the summer and in like August, September, October, I'm mad humble and weary. Yeah, I'm not no more. Like honestly, when man are talking about any other club, I've got to a point now that last game of the season this year with a different squad, and the way we won it, I've got chest. Like I'm fully, like, especially with the business we're doing, the fact we're doing it early, like the way Arsenal and Tottenham are moving early. It's very important. You have to move early. Yeah,
for real.
I'm so comfortable. I could look like a dickhead because I don't like leaving receipts. And right now,
there's nothing wrong with that,
I'm asking
though,
for 2 copies of every receipt and I'm throwing them out there for everyone to catch because that's how confident I am right now. But
you're very humble with it, though. You're very humble with it.
Maybe not so, bro. You might see a different.
Yeah, I know, but you have to be very humble
until Champions League gets spoke on. Then I'll humble down. But I think that's the thing with Tottenham and Arsenal. They're addressing what they need to address.
Yeah, you know what? I was one of them people that doubted Kroenke with the whole thing that's been going on. I was like, but you got to remember who's in charge. But then look what they're doing. You got to big up Arsenal all the time. Big up Spurs. Levy, he's changed. There's a new leaf. He's seeing the difference. Like,
or that other guy at last that's been in for a while, but actually now seems to be, what's his name? Parasite, I call him, but it's
Glazers. Yeah.
No, I don't rate Glazers, bro. They can stay put forever.
I think said a parasite, so I'm thinking of the parasites there. So there you go. But
both North London clubs are doing what they should. They're addressing what they need.
I think Man United have shown what can happen though. Like to everyone, if you don't get it right within the structure and everything, you will get left behind. And Man United on the verge of getting left behind in history and everything that comes with it. We're seeing Tottenham doing bits now. We're seeing Arsenal doing bits now. Liverpool been doing their bits with their recruitment, and he's got dickhead owners. Don't get me wrong. No. I'm on a roll, my brother.
Cool. I've got to jump in.
And then you see City doing whatever they're doing as well. Yeah, Chelsea. But I have to talk sense. Like I can't be the Man United fan that keeps being shameless.
Chelsea could be your ups right now.
They could be. We never know because it's all a blur, isn't it? Like sorry as well. Like, but it's just that I feel like Man United is just showing that this decrease. There's time to like. This decrease of Man United over the last 10 years, everyone can push up and do their thing now and actually take that top 4 and make it their own. Because let's face it,
come to the blue side, bro. Come on,
you know what?
Open.
Never.
I'll buy you a ticket.
Never. Never.
You know when you said, United could get left behind. Listen, you ruined my childhood. I would love. I speak about Chelsea as well, but United are the number 1 team I despise. I don't even address you by your name, but I don't even know why I'm calling you United. However, to say you're going to be left behind, I don't know when you'll be back, but you won't be left behind. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at your club. I don't think you'll be left behind that long. And the fact you've actually got football and people
saying it too long. We've been saying it too long.
It's true. That's the only difference is this summer. The fact they actually got football and people upstairs. This is what's kind of scaring me. There's nothing to show for it just yet. But Murto.
It's always an if. It's always an if. But basically, guys,
I said it again, but nothing has changed. They still
nothing's changed yet. You're right.
Dutch manager.
As soon as Man United.
One sec, Guna. What Romz and Daps is trying to say is smash that lag. Quick.
Yeah, why not?
And then you're going to hear Jordz. And then you're going to hear Guna. Because I know Jordz wants to say something. And then it's going to be another argument.
Right now.
It's going to be another argument in 2 seconds. Facts, bro. Facts is coming. So, you know what? Keep smashing that like button. We're over 60 odd now. So, if any mods in there, just make sure you keep that count for us because I can't really see too much.
Go on, Lee first. Lee was ready to go first. Lee, go first.
No, I was honestly just going to say, as soon as Man United get rid of the Glazers, I genuinely believe they'll be back. I feel like they'll be back. It's just the owners. The owners are just there to take money.
Bleeding us, bro. Bleeding us, bro.
They don't want to win. Because you even think,
long may it continue, man.
They're still going to make their billions every year. They don't care because they're such a huge club. They got fans in Asia. They got fans all over Europe. They got fans.
But that can change. That can change, bro. I'm telling you now.
It takes a long time, bro. It
does. But we got to talk about 10 years here, yeah. 10 years of a significant period. I'm seeing 30-year-old Man City fans, bro. And I'm like, I know you support Arsenal. Don't give me that shit. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Big up Hassan as well, because he's one and he gets on to me every time. I am seeing that, and I'm not joking. Hassan, Hussein, a lot of them, especially the Somali boys as well. Don't do it. The ones I know, you're just switching to City. Not just that. You see as well, Daps, yeah. There's City fans popping up more in
kids. A lot of my kids, a lot of my bedroom kids.
Like in Nigeria and everything, you're seeing Man City fans. I see them on my Insta. Right. They even talk to me on my Insta. They're growing slowly but surely. Give it another 10 years, bro. And you'll see Man United get left in that dust.
You've seen it with Chelsea. It's true. But
do you understand? My little nephews, yeah, he asked for a Liverpool shirt. Do you understand how a Liverpool shirt? The other one asked for a Chelsea shirt.
Let's take him to the river.
But what I will say is that my nephew's 2 years old and he supports Crystal Palace. So, I mean,
salute him.
Fair enough. Salute him. All right, go on, Jordz. Go on, speak your shit.
Yeah, no, all I was just going to say is that I don't think that you lot are going to see an owner change in a long while. As you saw in that little video, man, those guys are looking to make some changes. But yeah, you have to be realistic. Why are the owners of one of the biggest clubs in world football going to sell? No matter how bad United's doing, you're always going to have that title of being one of the biggest clubs, at least for the next 20 to 30 years, regardless. Because so many teams are so far away from you in just a stature and what you've done. We have to be honest with that.
Yeah,
so
100%.
There's still a long way to catch up. You guys are looking at making a few changes, but if I'm being totally honest with Ten Hag and so on, I'm not scared for now. Yeah. I think I'll be scared maybe in 2023, 2024. Maybe I'll start to worry about
that's about right
the moves you're making. But next season, I'm honestly not worried about Man United.
You know what I don't get though, yeah? Don't you think a successful business would be even more successful if you put the right people in the right places and so forth and so forth? Then you're gonna you can take money out. You can take your money out. It is a process, but you think these idiots will be on job? Anyways, let's get back to the Sterling thing.
It's boring. You know what? One time I feel we'll set up a show called The Boring Show, and it will talk about
owners
having the right structure and all of that. It's factual, and this is what I mean about Chelsea again.
I'm on the money. Orman, big up Orman, by the way, City fan.
So what we hold tight, Orman, 100% top mod now. Who are we moving on to next? So
Sterling. Let's do. We got to do our pullouts. We got quite a few votes in here. I done a vote. Sterling to Chelsea.
New shirt. Okay.
61%, 62% of people said press on.
But it depends what fee though. So I mean, at 20 million, fuck yeah, press on. But
press on from Chelsea to Chelsea. So we're talking from a Chelsea perspective. Press on 62%.
Press on if at what fee?
Yeah, that's
true.
Or
they saying any fee press on.
Yeah, it's just I didn't say any fee specifically, but there's 16% on stall and 22% on pull out. So that's what we've got from the.
Sorry, say that again.
So basically, from the poll I've ran, we got press on 62%, 16% on stall, and pull out 22%. Okay.
We'll put them up here then, but that's going to be a hard one for them. I'm not going to lie. Right, who are we moving on to next?
We're going to move on to, you know what?
Let's give.
I was going to say about Jordz. I was going to bring up this man.
Jed Spence.
Some people that don't know about him, I feel like you know quite a bit about him.
Yeah, so he's raw. I can't lie. I'm not going to start saying some crazy things about him. He's still got a lot to learn. He's a very good player on the ball. Dribbling up the pitch, he's like a right winger. He takes on players very well. Defensively, very sound. But his crossing ability is still, there's a lot to show. He has a decent shot on him, but yeah, he just needs to work on that crossing ability, really. That's the main thing on him. But he's a very talented player. right now they're looking at they want around 25 million. We're trying to make a deal happen at around 20. I think it will work. It's just a matter of time. He wants Tottenham, so we're gonna find it and make it happen very soon. But we're signing him mainly because we need an English player too. We need an English talent, and he's young, so he ticks quite a few boxes, as well as being a good player himself.
Whenever I think of Jed Spence, and this is no disrespect, I always think of Danny Rose. I just think that literally.
I hear that. I actually hear that
and
still.
It's not a disrespect at all. What I will say with Jed Spence is, he's all right. Like, do I think he's going to take you to the promised land of winning something? No. Do I think he's even ready? No. Like to kind of be starting over some of your current right backs or right wing backs? No, not really. But look, like,
wait, say that again.
I don't think he's got.
He's better than Emerson and Doherty. No doubt.
He's better than both of them, surely.
100%.
How much? Be honest. How much have you watched of Jed Spence? Though?
Who, me? No, not much. No, I haven't watched much.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
But what I will say is, you saw at the end of the season, you saw Royale, and you saw obviously before he got injured, Doherty. They were playing all right for Spurs, and they were doing a job.
Yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, if someone who's going to make it work for Tottenham, it's going to be Conte, because he builds good defenses. So let's see what he has.
Apparently, he's Conte's number one target. He's the guy that he wanted.
Well, yes, it's quite easy.
Clearly, he's not just targeting Italianos. He's looking at the English structure as well of what you need to bring to a club like that. Not really exciting, but
yeah, I'm not worried about that signing at all as an opposition fan.
That's the signing that's going to go under the radar and probably have the biggest impact. As in, over the next couple of years, he's a player that's going to grow and continue to grow because he's so young, and his best position is right wing back. So we're going to be playing him in his best position, and you're going to see once he gets on the ball, he's a dangerous player. And linking up with Kulusevski on that right hand side, a player that is known for just his link up play and his football IQ, the way they're going to combine together on that wing, it's going to be dangerous, man.
Is he on loan at Forest, by the way, or is he? He's actually a Borough player.
Yeah,
fair enough. He's still current club is still not in the Forest as it stands. So that's when I made it, to be fair. But yeah. So ran a little poll as well. Daps, do you want to bring up the graph as well? By the way.
Yeah, I salute you that you've worked out how to do polls as well.
Yeah, I did. Finally, it's taken me about 4 weeks to figure out how to run polls. I think polls are good to get engaged with the people. It's just on YouTube. You've got to be on the normal YouTube and then on the video itself. And you
How the hell have you got on our normal YouTube, bro?
No, not like the thingy page. I don't know, man. You get what I mean, man. Allow it.
You should have access, but anyway, right. There he is. How much? What's the fee?
20 million, roughly.
Yeah, it's
around 20. Yeah.
We need to make this top box bigger. But no, we'll keep going for now. I think we're all going to put him in PressOn, right?
Yeah, I think that anybody in the comments also agree as well.
No, this to me feels like Liverpool vibes as well.
There's a couple pullouts as well, by the way. I wonder why. Whoever's voted pullout, give the reasons why you'd pull out. Is it because you just hate Tottenham?
Genuinely speaking, hand on my heart, if I was a Tottenham fan, I would have probably said pull out. I don't think it's good enough, but look, like whatever.
As I said, he ticks a few boxes. I would like. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely better right wing backs out there that we can sign and players that we can put in bigger bids for. But he ticks a few boxes. As I said, he's young. He's English, so we sort of need that part of our team.
Sorry. Young English and how much?
20 million around.
And it's just bottom line is he's better than what you already have. I think that's the bottom line.
Oh man, such a joke, man.
If he isn't that good, we'll improve on him next season. It's not a problem.
He can only get better, surely. He can only get better, surely.
Yeah.
So that does mean we're going to move on to our next target. We're going to do one for Arsenal, one for Lee. So,
sorry, people. What's going on there?
I'm not too sure. Keep smashing.
I don't know which one you're going to do. We got so many, man.
Yeah, but there's one in particular that did show up today. One bid that did get rejected as it goes. I think you might have a clue who that might is. But make sure you're smashing that like button, people. We are on now 70 likes. 70 likes. So keep them coming. Obviously, Jordz, I know you need to go as well. So obviously, big up to you for coming in.
And people, everyone in this panel's socials, yeah, and you guys check them afterwards. If I've missed any, please get them over to me, yeah. But all their socials, YouTube channels, Twitter, Instagram, all that are below. Please support them, yeah.
Love from
Love
India.
from India. I was hoping that was India from Love Island. I was getting
Shout out to
excited.
India. Yeah,
I'm
man, you
watching
guys
that
love
shit.
for having me on. Yeah, man, it's been a good show.
George,
I've got a good
listen,
time.
you're like one of the family now, bro. So I love you coming on.
Yeah.
I'm always down, man. Next time, Lee, I'll got more smoke for you next time as well, man. So
I could do a show on YouTube.
we'll definitely run it
This
up,
is
bro.
if there was to be a knockout tournament, like I honestly earlier on, I think I was at cinema with my daughter and I was thinking who we had on tonight, and I thought Jordz and Lee, that is smoke.
Yes,
You two are just.
Hey,
I appreciate you, though, man.
It's going to be even more interesting, man. Let them
Oh,
get
bro, I
Jesus
can
and
see
get
with
some
you,
big
yeah.
boys in.
You, George, the grin on your face, yeah.
It's only going to get worse. It's only going
I
to
know,
get worse.
I know.
I'm telling you now, man.
Definitely
You're gonna
I've never seen a Spurs fan back their club as much as Jord to that. Big yourself up, man.
Oh,
Come
Yeah,
on.
come on, man.
yeah. Probably, I think-
Everyone needs to get checked to go to the psychic unit every once in a while, man.
Say no more. You lot have a
But
good
thanks
night,
for
man.
coming on,
Thanks for
bro.
having me.
Thanks for
Big up,
Thanks for
man.
coming on. The show hasn't ended, by the way, guys. I'm just going to bring up this comment. I don't think we should. I thought we should go for Jed Spence. Then I realized we actually got a right wing back that actually won the league with Bournemouth called Ethan Laird, one of our own youngsters. So it wouldn't. Why would you spend
Oh, is that
20
one of the
million on a
is that
youngster?
one of the youngest you talk about all the
No, but I rate him very highly. Don't do that. Don't laugh, man, because
Yeah,
there are some absolute
Laird
stars out
he's
there,
good.
bro.
He's good.
He didn't play a lot.
There are some stars out there. Why would you go for a
Yeah.
right wing back that just won playoffs when you got one that can that just won a league? Like, do you
Well,
know what I
listen,
mean? But
I hear you. We've got bare youngers that are doing all sorts.
yeah, you got
there,
some
but-
serious youngsters as well.
But I'm until I see youngers in the
That-
Premier League, I don't want to.
One player I think it's hard with Rodri, but that his name Lavia, your CDM. He's out of this world. Whenever
Cass, that was the name spoke on the other
he's
day.
out of this world. That is one. That's actually one player. If you promote and nurture, I'm actually scared of because he's
Don't
out.
think it's going to happen. Don't think
That's
it's
what
gonna
I'm.
happen.
That's on the plus side. From a Liverpool perspective, I'm happy about it because that's why I said with Rodri and Phillips maybe coming in. I don't know if he's probably gonna have to go elsewhere, but he's a baller. He is a baller.
And this is a thing. I'll be honest on I don't watch too much of our youngers, and I'll be open with that. There are some City fans probably in here right now that I know they watch a lot of the youngers, yeah. And my guy's name has been being spoke on for so long, yeah. Lavia, him, McAtee, Cole Palmer are the three, and Delap. Lavia's been spoke on loads, yeah. And the Calvin Phillips thing for me, I'm almost like I would rather, because I don't believe Calvin Phillips is coming in with the belief he's going to push Rodri out, right? And if a player don't have that belief, I don't want them at my club, if I'm being honest. Because I'd rather have a younger that gets given some game time. If me personally, then I'd take De Jong, because I think De Jong would come in thinking he could push. I want someone to come in with the belief that they could push. And I don't believe that Calvin Phillips, I could be wrong, like I said, but I don't think he's coming thinking, yep, Rodri, good night, I'm taking that place, mate. I don't believe that for 1 second. So I think I'd rather have a younger that maybe is thinking, I'm going to be a bit part player and I'm cool with that because it's development. But we will see. We will see. Who are we going to move on to next?
We're going to move on next to is obviously someone that was linked to Man United earlier. He kind of still is, but again, Arsenal are making the front moves. So Lisandro Martinez, I'll watch quite a few of his games. He plays CDM, but it doesn't convince me of being a central defensive midfielder at all, or defensive midfielder before Danny gets onto me because he hates that word because says it's a FIFA word, which is fair enough. So obviously, I think he's more of a centre back. What do you know about him, Lee?
All right, so a lot of people that know me know I've actually been watching a lot of Dutch football this season because of Reece Nelson. I actually got a lot of connects with him, so that's the reason why I've had obviously quite a heavy interest in actually watching a lot of the Dutch football. And Martinez is if we get him, I'll honestly outstanding player. What I will say is the main weaknesses that I've seen, and people won't agree with me, but I've watched a lot of football and seen a lot of him. He when the crosses come in defensively, he does get a little bit caught under the ball at times, and that's the one thing I have seen. And obviously that is similar to in maybe that respect. What I will say is he's a lot better on the ball than Lindelof, or if you're comparing him to someone like Lindelof, and he's just tenacious. Like the quality that this guy has, and the sort of versatility to be playing left back, to play centre back, and to play centre defensive midfielder. to be a rotational option. We're trying to build a lot of Swiss Army knives in our team, similar to Man City. It's quite weird how they have Zinchenko who can play like 6 positions. We got that with Tomiyasu. We're going to have that with Martinez possibly. We got that with Ben White. Like that's what I think Arteta's trying to build.
The way the game's changing, bro. They used to be called utility players, and people used to not rate them. But now Klopp and Pep have changed it. And like Milner's another example. Exactly. These players that can move with the transition of the game is everything.
I think those 2 managers you mentioned, and I think what Arteta's trying to model his management on is a lot of players that have great IQ, and they're just smart. Like even if you're playing as a defender, you should be able to know. You should be able to know what's going to happen.
Perfect example.
Yeah, it's Saka as well. You should know what the striker is going to do. No matter if you can do it or not, you should be able to know that. And that's what I think Arteta wants. He wants players that can really, really adapt and think on the pitch, even though he likes to obviously put the instructions out there all the time, standing on the touchline.
Yeah, but that's his role. To remind them, you've moved out your box, get back to your box. And the one player for City that I've watched fuck so much up is Mendy, because Mendy is the one guy that could never stay in his position and go one.
Oh, never.
And every time,
always on the pitch.
It's key, man. It's key, and I think you're spot on. That's why I think Zinchenko would have suited you.
Yeah, and I think honestly, I think the reason why we're probably not going to go for Zinchenko is because I think Arteta probably knows that we're just honestly going to be following all the players that Man City have. So I think what he's trying to do is literally recreate Man City with his own twist of players. And someone like obviously Martinez is going to be our Zinchenko or our Milner because of the sort of his versatility. Honestly, if we get him, it's going to be a great signing because of the versatility and his quality on the ball. His long range passing is out.
Oh, his quality, yeah, he's got good long range on him.
Can I just ask a question? Yeah, with Ten Hag's love for the Dutch packs, yeah, right? Why are you man being linked with him, Cass?
We were linked with him. Yeah. We were linked with him, but he's not probably the profile that we need at centre back, in my opinion, whatsoever.
Right, okay.
We need someone that's a bit more agile and a bit more. Actually, no, we need speed. We do need speed because Ten Hag likes to play at the high line, right? So this is what makes me struggle to think about Maguire a little bit. I don't see Maguire even fitting in whatsoever. A high line, you need a good collective of positioning and players around. Maguire's position is awful. His reading of the game is awful, and I just can't stand the geezer. I have to be honest, but I'm
going to find the clip from back in the day when you first came on our channel. I need to find that clip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
back your boy. Come back and back your boy. I'm going to find that for the next show.
I don't think I was backing him. I wasn't backing him.
You were telling Maguire to come back and back his boy because.
Oh, what? Shaw? Was it Shaw at that time? Yeah, because he's not a leader. He's not a leader.
Come back and back your boy. That's what. And I actually made
a video with
woo woo woo.
Why are you laughing, man?
Did you actually say that?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm going to find the clip. He did.
You know what it is, yeah? It's my first ever show on the old Trafford tunnel, the old one. So actually, it wasn't even on Never a Foul. And Maguire, mate, I just said, just get me on. I need to rant about something. My first time, I just went off on Maguire, and I should have called him a pussy. Actually, tell a lie. At that time, he was a big pussy, and even to this day, he's still a pussy.
He's a bigger pussy now, to be fair.
Yeah, like he's a fraud, man. And you know what? I can't stand the geezer. So, mate, I don't want to speak on him. Look, Martinez is just not that profile that we need at Man United right now. Someone like Timber would fit, but I want someone different to Martinez. But I definitely want a left-footed centre back.
You know the joke of it as well, like. The reason why I don't think you should get Martinez is because you're at a totally different point in your rebuild. You're starting from scratch, where we're now we're trying to add quality and a little bit more depth into our team. So for you, it's quite
your project is better than our project right now. But I would that's easy. It's easy to say as a Man United fan.
That's what I give Arteta credit for, because if there's one thing he has done, he's come in and laid a foundation from the back. Because one thing everyone's always had a problem with Arsenal is, let's be real, since your glory days, don't even want to go back there, it's always been your defence that's been an issue. But when he came in with that back four of White, Gabriel, Tomiyasu and Tierney, I thought, okay, he's laid a foundation now. This is something to build off. That's one thing I give him credit for. And I think even the Arsenal fans that are very critical of him, you have to give him credit for that at least. To come in and build that to come in and build that foundation is good, because you have to. Any great team starts from the back. You're not going to start from front to back. You start from the back.
I think the one thing I always say as well is on Arteta, because I thought he left. I think I spoke on this. I don't want to speak on it too many times. I think he left City too. I thought he said left City too early. Then I watched his speech and actually his first interview at Arsenal. And thought, you know what, the guy has learned certain things from Pep. And I have to be 100. The beauty of the boring side, the beauty of what City have is they have everyone in the right role and everyone does what they have to do. Therefore, all Pep has to do is manage a team, right? He's even got coaches that do the coaching, right? Arteta's role was to keep players happy in that, right? And then he don't have to get involved in selling players. Even when he got asked about Bernardo Silva, he's like, good luck with that, but it's not me you're dealing with, yeah? So when Arteta joined Arsenal, he's got to do like, straight away, you could tell he wanted rid of the bad eggs, and you could tell the owners were like, no problem, you deal with that. And this is the thing, Pep got a new backline for City within one season. Arteta's having to work for everything. He's having to work for everything. I said yesterday, it's very easy for a non-Arsenal fan to say trust the process. I would say trust the process unless you can tell me a manager that you're bored with their expectations could draw in, because that's the key.
Arteta must have till January, man.
Well, look.
Well, they're not going to get no one better because their board's expectations are dog shit. So
I tell you what it is as well, and I think the last point where you're talking about the expectations, I think now that it's changed. Now, again, a lot of people won't know this, but I don't like. It was only 2 seasons ago that the Kroenkes actually now had full control over the actual club. Before, obviously, Usmanov and they had other stakeholders that were having a huge percentage into the club. So now, obviously, Kroenkes own 100%. There's obviously refinanced the debt. They've done all these different things, and now they're heavily invested into the club and into the team. And I think that's now playing a huge sort of factor into us being able to spend money and being able to sort of have these better expectations on the club and obviously the owners. And I think the reason why we're going to get third is because either one way or another, Arteta is going to either get third or second or whatever, first or fourth or whatever.
But has Arteta really got that season for you not to get third though?
No, he's got no season. He's got no reason now.
Ceiling. Yeah, I know, but his ceiling is like, I don't think he can push you up to third. I think fourth is generous.
You know what, Lee? When you said third, I initially thought you were ludicrous, but the more I'm listening to you, I still don't agree with you, but I can kind of see where you're coming from.
The way I think of it is like, he has to get third now. There's no reason for him to not get third. He's getting all the plays. He built his defense the way he wanted to. He's now got his midfield, and now he's getting his strikers. So there's no reason for him to not get it. If you look at all the other teams, like just by pure subtraction, Chelsea look to be a bit of a mess. You've got Tottenham, yeah, there are rivals, and again, they could finish third or fourth. And let's not talk about Man United. So really and truly, who else is there to rival? There isn't. And if you're saying that everyone else is getting better, everyone's going to be taking points off everybody. So for me, I'm looking at it as maybe Arsenal aren't actually the third best team in the land, but just by pure subtraction of other teams, we're going to get third.
One thing I will say, Lee, one thing I can just jump in and say, depending, and this is key, depending on their incomings and outgoings, a team I think that's going to surprise a lot of us next season is Leicester. Because let's be real, they were injury-stricken last season. They've got no European football this season. But like I said, it's key what they do. Because if Fofana, I'm hearing a lot of rumors about Fofana. If Fofana leaves, Tielemans leaves, clubs looking at Madison, then it won't happen. But if they can actually keep their core and add to it with no European football.
Wait, what have you recorded, bro? He's on mute.
Yeah, he's clipped.
I don't think so. I think Brendan Rodgers gets sacked next season. It's done.
You know what I was going to say? Hold on. Why does Arteta get held with these fraud allegations, but why doesn't Brendan Rodgers do it?
I've always said he's a fraud. I've always said he's a fraud.
I think he's a fraud. Honestly,
Arsenal are a lot bigger club than Leicester. That's why.
That's why. And also,
Arsenal want to get back to where they were before.
The problem with Rodgers, he's just full of himself. He thinks he's better than what he is. I've always said, if he was a bar of chocolate, he would eat himself, bro. The Rodgers just thinks he's
a narcissist, man.
Better than he is.
What's this as well, Lee, by the way? What's Gabriel's comments on
so yesterday, obviously, the news broke about Nketiah getting top 4, and I think he was on Twitter at the time, and he saw a lot of Arsenal fans quite upset that Nketiah was signing, and he got the number 14 shirt. So he then kind of commented saying, like he didn't mention anyone, but he just said like, wow, like he can't believe how ungrateful people are, and he put like the smiley face but upside down emoji, because he was obviously just quite shocked at the level of, I'm guessing, disrespect that Nketiah was getting for signing,
So
as
back
well
to
as
his boy.
he backed his boy, yeah.
Rightly so.
And rightly so. Unlike some, you know, some people can't really do that. All they got to do is make a little post and that's it, man, and just whine and have people try to feel sorry for him. Take a little picture next.
Do you know what though? Like, I just want to make sure
PR statements and all
people
sorts.
like Yusuf, yeah. When Arsenal get third, I don't want you to be. I don't even want an apology. I want nothing. I just want to make sure you come here and say, "Do you know what? I was right," and that's it.
I'll give you.
Hold on. Let me fill you in on. Let me fill you in on Yusuf. So, Yusuf, hold tight, Yusuf. He's been here from day one of Never a Foul. To be fair, he's the troll of Never a Foul. Like when we first started, we had 6 club channels all on the same channel. Yeah, he's Liverpool. He'd appear in every single one, right, and be just screaming Liverpool slander. Now, when we won the league, yeah. He jumped in one stream, and at the start of the stream, I think he was pretty... Yusuf, you'll probably remember this. I think maybe he said something, congratulations. Within 5 minutes, he was like talking about Liverpool next season and City are going to fuck up. And this is what he's about. And every time I see him, he actually often comments on streams before they even start slandering clubs. Yeah. You know what you're going to get with him.
Yeah, big up him, man. Obviously, more people want to come like Yusuf. Be our guest. We don't mind trolls. Even that Jay Lings, who's absolutely got it out for Daps. Wow. Absolutely.
He's
so,
obsessed.
Can we all agree
I've
then?
changed. He keeps making me change, bro. Don't talk on my pasty skin, please, brother.
You don't need to look like your pasty skin.
Sunbed soon come.
So we can all agree that the Sandro Martinez to Arsenal was a press on, because majority of we had 47% of people in the comment in the poll saying, or from that's in here saying press on as well. It was actually I believe it was 25% of people said to pull out. Just people that really don't like Arsenal. I was gonna do a Man United one for the left back, but I think I'm gonna skip that right now. I'm just gonna move this on probably to the last transfer of this stream as well. So on that note, you right there, Daps?
Bear with me.
We're bearing with him, guys. So if you are in here, make sure you're smashing that like button, by the way.
Than trying to slide it. You get me? And second of all, Harry Maguire. Is there a filter in this, by the way, like language filter? It's okay. Go on. Maguire's a pussy, innit? He's a dickhead. Can't even back his boy, fam. Dickhead. I don't even think Man United even rate him. He needs to duck out, man. About his. I see comments on Twitter, saying, I'm not even joking. That if it was your bosses, you're gonna come out and say it's a mistake, bro. You're 80 million prize defender, not saying nothing. You're a pussy. If he actually sees you're a dickhead. I don't like the guy. You know what? Bun him. I'm onto him. Forget Lindelof. Maguire's dead. He's, dead captain. Dead. And you know what? See these referees. I see something in Australia. I think it's Australian League. It's called the A League. Like you can actually hear the conversations between the VAR and the referee. Sorry, and also they communicate. Exactly. You can come on some respect out of that, and actually what's it called? You got the people creasing, like it's not even intentional. But I'm just saying you can, and then you can explain to the players, and your players will get your respect. Like, look. This is what's happened. We can also hear it, but now it's going to be a thing where now my man's integrity is questioned. He's going to come out and say, "No, I never said that." Bring out the recording, dickhead, man. And Luke Shaw has been a baller, fam. There we go. Anyway,
I don't know who that is.
Take the man out of South London, but you can't take South London out of the man.
He's down the road from you.
I don't know. Anyone else listen to that? I don't know who that is. We don't condone that behavior anymore.
And you've moved and you've.
And that was like 2 years ago now.
New teeth and everything's beautiful, man.
Wow. Just on that, you know what? So we're gonna move on from that one a little bit swiftly. Dembele, guys. Dembele.
I'm trying to find the slide. Sorry, but I had to share that one. Yeah, I've got everything in the archives, by the way, just to be clear. Everything from day one is somewhere.
I don't remember that. I don't know who that imposter was, man. Honestly, so guys, that was not me.
The bit I take from it is when you were talking on Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's a baller, you know.
I know, that's what I, you know what, I didn't want to say
at that time.
That was mad.
At that time he was. At that time he was though. At the
Well,
time he was actually.
Was you calling him? I'm not going to say you, but was you like some of your families calling him Roberto Carlos after the Euros as well?
No one called him Shaw. No, I don't remember
Yes,
who
they
actually
did.
called him Shaw.
They did. A lot of them United fan base.
I didn't.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I didn't.
That's why I had to ask you directly because I don't like to just generalize.
I might have said it shamelessly one day when I was drunk, maybe, or something like back in the haram days, innit? But I don't know, man. Probably, I can't lie. It was just you just got to be a little bit shameless sometimes because we got nothing else to ride on at the moment. We're in the mud. But yeah, Dembele.
This
now,
one.
Hold on. So really quick, we just need to do this as well. So
yeah. Well, quick press on.
We press on.
Press on.
I mean, we're 2 likes away from 75 likes, by the way. That was that's literally the target for this stream.
75 likes.
2 likes.
We're not 2 likes from 75. We are 7 likes from 80.
Yeah.
7 likes from 80. 7 likes from 80.
If it's not lit, if it's lit, thank you very much. If it isn't lit, just hit it and let's get there. And we're going to do one more player and then we'll leave it for tonight and we'll come back next week. So sending backwards. So last one you said you wanted to speak on was
Mr. Dembele. I think he should be right at the top, no?
There he is. What porn star Tash. Sensation.
Yeah, but Dembele to Chelsea, if this happens and they somehow also get Sterling, that's a massive change.
This one hurt because he needs to be at my club, but that's a conversation for another day.
Another forward.
No, but listen, because we need to. I'll tell you for free now. I can't see Salah signing. I don't want to make this about Liverpool.
Yesterday it come out that he isn't.
Yeah, like we've literally, with wage structure FC, we've literally offered him as much as we are, and we're not going beyond it. And him and his agent can't stand his agent. Have to turn it down. It's
Salah Dips. How are you going to get Dembele? Because this guy's asking for.
But that's what I'm saying. I wanted us to get him now because people are going to say injury prone and whatnot. You lot might look at me like you might even clip me what I just say, but I don't think it's that outlandish.
Actually, yes, I do. I do.
I think technically wise, he had a higher ceiling than Mbappe. I think he's actually technically better than Mbappe. However, Mbappe's application to football is what's got him here and Dembele's here. Like turning up late. Exactly, and turning up late, Xbox, and you got PK and Busquets telling you off every morning. Like it didn't help any cause, but I think this guy is insane. Like if he can stay fit, I think he's insane. And when I'm here, Chelsea are linked with him, and we've also. I don't think he played under Jurgen Klopp, but him and Jurgen Klopp kind of have a rapport. Been at Dortmund, whatnot. If Chelsea get him, I think it's a kick in the teeth to my club. Like, and on a free, the only other problem will be wages. So again.
The fee bit's mad. The fee bit.
Do you know what though? Like, for me,
wage structure. We won't offer him what he wants as well.
For me, someone like Dembele, it's a hard one because he's got the quality and the talent. But for me, the oxymoron is sort of the mindset. And
I think it's changed. You know why? He's recently got married. And I'm not joking. He's been absolutely looking happy and balling out for Barcelona. And that's
back end of last season was a joke.
Manager there that won't have
fair enough. But if you look at his time in totality at Barcelona, I'm not going to look at just the last bit of his time in half a season or even the last a quarter of a season. I'm looking at him as a person and as much talent as he has, especially coming from someone like a teacher who knows and sees sort of a lot of kids and young adults develop. I'm not taking someone like him just because I know how talented he is. Just the same way how I know
at Arsenal. You're telling me if he offered his services to Arsenal,
not anymore. Back in the day they would have, but not now. Aubameyang, they would have had him with Aubameyang, but not now.
The problem that we had at Arsenal, Man United, and the reason why Liverpool and Man City are so successful is because they don't have players like this. Look at the reason why Barcelona are in this position. The reason
people like you like players like McTominay, I can smell it.
Bro, he's spitting absolute facts.
No,
absolute.
You know what? I don't think McTominay is as bad as people say he is. I'm going to fit that out.
Oh my god!
Hold on. Let's not move on to McTominay. Lead spitting facts.
The people that I do like are people like Saka. The people I do like are people like Tierney. And you know what? I've got it at my club. Someone like Partey. He's come to our club. He was never injured before, and now all of a sudden, getting little niggling injuries here and there. He's out. He's living that London life. And look, no one's saying you can't enjoy yourself, but there's just a way that you have to do it. And as you said, you alluded to him playing games and doing all these things. Come on, man, you're at one of the biggest clubs in the world playing football, doing things that you should love. So I'm not looking at the quality of the player. I'm looking at the whole thing, the mindset. Can I trust this guy? No, in my opinion.
Let me counter that though, D. Don't you think sometimes you need to? I'm not going to say he's young now. He's entering his peak. Like you said, he's 25. But don't you think sometimes you just need that different personnel? Like you might need that different manager to put their arm around you. It might have just not been like that. Yeah, I honestly believe there's still a gem there. He just needs the right manager to show faith in him because Xavi's not the biggest advocate of him.
But we're not talking about quality here. We're talking about a man as a person. If there's a famous quote from somebody, yeah, there's a famous quote, and they say, when someone shows you who they are, you need to believe them. And he's shown us what he is. He's a bit childish at times. He's a bit immature. He's not unreliable. Yeah, these are things that, as a footballer, we don't want. I don't want to Arsenal only because
that's what Arteta's got rid of.
What I'm trying to ask you, do you think it can change? That's what I'm trying to.
Listen, here's the thing.
But I don't want to do it at my club.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. So this is spot on, right? And you've seen it with Klopp, you've seen it with Pep, with things like the Alexis Sanchez thing. We were in for him. He told Pep for half a season he was coming to win trophies. The minute United sniffed, and the minute that the agents said this is what our United are offering, Pep told the board pull out. I got told he was coming to win trophies and whatever else, right? I've heard Jesus, our board, actually go to the level of going and asking primary, secondary schools about reports and what their attitude is like. Yeah, because I don't want a player that don't have a certain mentality. Now, I am a very, very big Pogba fan. Let me be clear. I think Pogba's a baller, right? When we played Juventus, when Yaya was beginning to age a little and Pogba was getting to that, and I was like, that is the Yaya replacement, right? He's coming at United, and I've defended him a few times. Like last season, when United were very briefly in a title race, Pogba between kind of November, December, January last season was unbelievable, right? He got an injury. United dropped off. He came back and he wasn't interested. And it was kind of like Pogba's only, if you want to get the best out of Pogba, he wants to play with winners. He wants to be winning stuff. And I've always gone with that argument. It was only recently I sat there and deeped what I was saying. I don't want a player that only, and I'm not slandering Pogba because I'm a big fan of Pogba, but I was deep in it and thinking, do you know what? Why is he only playing when he thinks they're going to win something? If you've got that much talent, pick the team up and go. Zlatan would never have that. And I'll keep speaking of the last time United won a trophy. Zlatan was there. These men with mentalities, Portuguese players, Diaz, Bernardo Silva. I'll even put Bruno in it to a certain extent. Cancelo. They've all got it off of Ronaldo. Yeah. That mentality, that winning mentality when you play around these players, and that speaks volumes, like this mentality. And I think that is what Arteta's doing at Arsenal. I think Partey might be, to be fair, one of the ones that slipped through the nets.
Even just to add to that it's like Jordan Henderson. I don't think he has bags of ability, but the fact he's not the greatest, but the fact he can galvanize everyone around him, that probably do have better ability. What you're saying is spot on. What you're saying is actually spot on.
You can't knock Henderson when you look at him, right? And I know this is almost banter when you say Henderson's got a bigger legacy than Gerrard, right? And I get it. Technically, it sounds funny. The fact is, the guy's captained his club to the league, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Super Cup, and he also captains his club to a Euro final. Yeah. So however much, I actually think Henderson's quite good. I like Henderson's passing range, but for anyone that slanders him, you can't knock that. The guy is, and we talk on Maguire. Maguire ultimately can't handle the pressure of being a captain.
Yeah. Because you know what I think it's only Scousers actually in Liverpool that can't fathom this. Like, no, Gerald's got a better legacy because he's one of our own.
Gerald wanted to leave you, man, so it's mad.
Exactly. As a London Liverpool fan, I think I can speak for most of us. We know Henderson's legacy is bigger than Gerald's, but it's the Scousers that will call you mad and sentiment and whatnot. But everything you just said spot on. It is actually spot on. And I've always said that I can't stand when you've got a world-class talent and people say, yeah, but he's not playing around good players. You're supposed to be that guy to lift the team. I'll give you another example. I wasn't alive, but one of my dad's favorite players, Maradona. Apparently in '86, his team, everyone around him had, I think, one other guy good, but everyone who was around him was poor. He could have easily down tools and said, no, the rest of my team's not good. Let me not try it. But everyone looked for him. He lit, because what you do if you're world-class talent, you're naturally going to make everyone around you play better. So I'm exactly with you. I was back in Pogba for so long, and I thought, 1 minute, you're supposed to be that guy. You're supposed to rise. And there's only so far you can back him.
Yeah, I think with the Dembele thing is as well. I think with the Dembele thing, it's a little bit different to Pogba because there are so many sort of extenuating circumstances, whether it's the team, whether it's like the fans that was on his back, whatever, whether it was the managers. With Dembele, it's all on him. You just can't rely on him. It's nothing to do with his actual footballing ability. And for me, it's just scary because you, like, as a footballer, a manager sends you onto the pitch to relay what he wants you to do, and he doesn't do it. And that's where I'm like, I don't want that anywhere near my club.
Did he play at Dortmund? Was he alongside Aubameyang?
Aubameyang.
Yeah,
I believe so, yeah.
There's got to be some relevance, because I honestly believe I got why. And people that were coming with this, oh, look what Aubameyang did when he left Arsenal. It was like, come on, man, don't do that. Players can go to different clubs and perform better. The fact is, the minute he signed a contract, his form dipped. There's no denying it. His form dipped. And before Aubameyang joined Arsenal, I swear he was being massively.
Was it under Tuchel as well?
Aubameyang was being linked with loads of clubs, and like, I swear he's being linked as ultimately a Galactico for Real, and Real pulled out, and there were certain things that made me think something's going on with this guy's attitude, the way people are pulling out. And when you look at him and Dembele, both came through, I'm thinking, hold on. Because look, he could. You are right. He
and
could
I love
get
Aubameyang.
the right manager.
Everyone knows I love Aubameyang.
You make a very good point, because even when Arsenal were linked with Aubameyang before Dortmund, sometimes I always look at, cool, you've got a very good player, but if there's only one team in for him, one or two teams, you've kind of got to look at the bigger picture. Like, why is it only that there's one or two teams and there's not a whole goal for teams going for this player? And then it goes down to attitude and how they are in their life. Because one thing I read, I don't want to give Cass's club any credit, but I've read is Erik ten Hag's coming and apparently asked families about where they go, where their kids go, where they're out on the weekend. He's coming, he's trying to instill that into United. God forbid it works, but I hear he's trying to do that.
All that stuff's true. Like, you can even look at, and my club have been through both. Don't get it twisted. When we first got money, under Mancini, our club was a bit of we won a league under Mancini, and I will always salute him, but we were a bit of a mess. We had Vieira and Balotelli arguing. We had players out and about. And then it changed. The minute the Spanish board came in, everything changed. It was, you don't hear, Neville's spoken it. You don't know where Aguero or Silva went drinking, because they weren't out.
You don't
drinking.
know anything about
you don't hear nothing about them. We bring in players that ultimately are coming to do a job, a very good job at a high level, and then leave, right? And I'm not going to act like any of them. If when they leave, like Aguero, to be fair, he's showing love to City, great. But I'm not going to get carried away and think these guys are like, they're coming here. And I believe that with Ten Hag, if Ten Hag came in, and I'm seeing Ten Hag with Man United not having Champions League football, being linked with elite players, I think they're fucked. I want to see them being linked. Well, I don't want to see them being linked, but as a United fan, if I was a United fan, I want to see them being linked with gems, that suit the system, that believe in the project. Because let's be 100. If you've got a player that is seen as a very, very good player and they're joining Arsenal when they're finishing 6th, then there's relevance to the whole thing of London's the capital of England. Let's go there. They're a fashionable club. Sorry to admit it, they are. They make sexy kits and that. Mm-hmm. And there is relevance to all of this. They're like players. Clubs need to look into these type of things. Klopp's very good at it. I think Pep's good at it, and I think Arteta's changing it at Arsenal.
Yeah, facts.
So back on to Dembele.
But Dembele, as I said, knows Tuchel very well. Tuchel, his best days were under Tuchel. He basically made the guy like into this merchant that he is, goal scoring, talented, whatever you want to call it, 1v1 demon. But I swear, if I'm right,
it's a free. We have to remember it's a free.
But the wages are like 600,000 per week. He was doing what, 500,000 was demanded out
if
of Barcelona.
if you've got a player that's saying
he's on stupid money, Daps. On stupid.
No. But hear what I'm saying. If you've got a player that's choosing a club for money, it's wrong. Like not for the player, but I'm talking about for the club. Any club that's going there, you're basically being swindled. You're being scammed. Don't do it.
You know what I've realized as well? Like even down to contracts, other than De Bruyne, what player in the Premier League last 5 years has signed a mega contract and gone up another level? It's kind of unheard of. I can only think off the top of my head, De Bruyne, possibly Sterling. Correct me if I'm wrong, Daps, but no player really. Once you have that mega contract, I have to see players down tools.
It's relevant to when you get your contract because
anyway.
Yeah, Alisson. To be fair, I think Alisson was. I think Alisson might have been Liverpool's best player this season for me personally.
100%.
Yeah,
I think it's weird because when you look at footballers, they do push up their wage based on their age.
Yeah,
and it's like look. If you work for a company every year, if your company is correct, you should get a pay rise based on inflation, right? And it's the same in football, that players get older. And actually, as they get older, you should be thinking, hold on a second, probably we should be paying them less. But that isn't how it works. They get to like 28, 29, and they're looking for a 5-year contract on the highest wage that they can possibly get. Actually, at that age, you should probably be giving them a 3-year contract at best, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Maybe that's what happened with Mane, isn't it?
That's what happened with Aguero.
In my mouth. That's why we're in this situation with Mane.
It's all to do with assets. It's back to the boring conversation. But the same with Aguero. We wanted to. It wasn't we said Aguero leave us. It was Aguero. You've probably played like 10 games in all competitions all season, and you're pushing for a contract extension of 4 years or something. And we want to give you a pay-as-you-play contract. And he's like, no.
Yeah,
and when everyone was saying, oh, Barcelona have got a. People like, oh, Barcelona have gone and got a signing. I'm thinking, you lot don't watch football. The guy has hardly played football, and they've gone and given him some big boy contract. We would have kept him. Aguero's a legend, but you can't. It gets to a point where you have to go. Look, it's funny because people would, and probably I'll give an example, potentially top Reds, would be slandering Arsenal for giving Aubameyang a 5-year contract, but then be pissed off that Liverpool let Mane go. And it's like... What do you want to do? Like, give a 32-year-old 400 grand for 5 years? No, like, look after your club, not the player, because
that's why
support your club.
As ludicrous as this, not even ludicrous, and like what alludes to what you're saying, Daps as well. No one player is bigger than a club standard anyway, and this is why if we receive, which I don't think we will, I've kind of accepted we're going to lose Salah on a free. But if we was to receive a nice sum for Salah this summer, I'm going to cash in. And I know we were losing 2 players that have given us the most output.
Please let me cash in, please.
But that's where you have to have a system change. Big up Jerry for that one, but that's where you're gonna have to have a system change, because no one player is bigger than the club. And I just feel we can't give a player that mega contract. I know once Salah signed, if we was to give him the money he wants, once he signs, I can see him down tooling. I can't see him going to another level. He's peaked. He has peaked at what he can be.
Oh, by the way, it's 2 goals and 2 assists for Alvarez today.
Another 2 and 2. So who for?
I don't know if it's any City fans.
So it must be for River Plate.
I think it's River Plate.
Season must end soon. I can't wait to see this guy. Like I said, honestly, I was looking forward to the shithousery from Haaland, but it's Alvarez that I'm looking forward to seeing, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Bulldog, Pitbull, whatever you want to name it. But yeah, should we get on to stall, pull out, or press on?
Yeah. It's mad, because I would have said press on at free transfer, but then 600 grand a week. I'm thinking, fucking hell, man.
Or 500 grand, or anything close to that.
I'd buy him. I'd buy him. I'd
400 grand. Ramsey was on £400,000 at Juventus.
I'd get him. I'd sign him and sell him within 2 weeks.
Yeah, for real. Can you even do that? I don't even know if you could do that.
I don't know.
By the way, we're 2 likes away from 80. By the way, that's the target. Make sure if you are here watching us right now, please just smash that like button. People like Romz giving up the time, nearly 12 o'clock. Yeah. Everyone's got work tomorrow. I'm sure you guys also have to work tomorrow. We're doing this for everyone, really. So just keep smashing that like button. Just a little bit of sympathy there.
I feel from my side, if I go first, I'll say stall, because I get the free contract, but I'm trying to pull him down to about 175 a week.
I'm saying stall as well. Before I would have said straight press on, but Yeah, we've had this comment. It's true. Stall. I'm agreeing with the stall as well.
Stall on it because of the wages, isn't it? If it depends on the wages, I reckon.
I'm saying I would have said pull out, man. Like sometimes you gotta
You ain't even got time to negotiate. Fuck yourself.
Yeah, no.
I think that's true for there. I wouldn't want my club anywhere near him if I'm being honest, but I'm not. It's Chelsea.
Leonard wants him. And so why take time? He's got fire like Diaz for Liverpool.
You know what? Leonard's just spending this oil money all day long. I get it, Leonard, but we don't need that. If we play him once or twice, he might make Grealish unhappy or something. So he's a good player, but he's not that good to be demanding that money. That was when you were trying to get the Barcelona transfer. Now you've kind of stunk out the place there for a minute, and yeah. So we've gone through a few more. There will be a few more next time. Next transfer window show will probably be Wednesday night. Lee, you still about tomorrow night, by the way?
Should be around.
Yeah. So tomorrow night we have on here. Let me get this back. Tomorrow night we have on here our Rivals Not Virals, which will be so this week we will be discussing across the top 6 the 11 players that we feel need to have a big season next season. And we already know Grealish is going to be in there. I can say it straight away.
I can say
Sancho as well. You might as well add in him.
Sancho's a great shout. Sancho needs. I need to.
100%.
And Nunes.
Partey's another good one. Yeah. Nunes now first season. Nunes and Haaland.
I think so. If not Nunes,
I'm not gonna lie. He does. I don't want to put pressure on him, but he does.
Can't have both of them.
Has Salah got 2 or 1 year left on his deal?
One. It's done next summer.
Guys, I've got my hot take.
Shit.
I've got my first hot take, Arsenal finishing 3rd. My second hot take, the flop of the season, Nunes.
I'm gonna
give him a year.
Nah.
See, Haaland doesn't get more than 20 goals next season.
I'm giving them both a year. I'm not supporting this agenda.
Yeah, I think
Haaland's going to be on fire.
I think Alvarez does better.
I'm going to say, yeah, not in his first season, but Haaland will smash Mo Salah's 32 record before he leaves City. 100%. I can see it happening. Yeah. I can see it happening.
I think Haaland.
I see Alvarez hitting the ground. Alvarez will hit the ground running. Watch when he gets his chance. I reckon he's perfect. He just seems perfect for me.
Do you think he'll start much Daps next season?
He'll get his time.
You know what? I honestly, in all honesty, yeah, I feel like Pep wants to see him. I feel like Pep massively just wants to, because when we first signed him, it was almost spoke of that it was going to be even a potential loan out to one of our feeder clubs. Right?
That's what I was hearing. Yeah.
Early doors it was, and then since then he just kept smashing goals, right? To the point where we've turned around now and gone, I think it was 14 million. We've turned around and gone, now we'll give you 20 and we want him this summer because we were supposed to loan him back out until January or something. And I feel like Pep just wants to link up with him and see what this guy's about because he looks good, man. I've looked at I've done like some comparisons. I was doing comparisons between Haaland and other strikers, and then I just threw, but with all stats, not just goals, with like everything you would expect from a player. And when I threw Alvarez in there, apart from the goals, he wasn't goals per 90 minutes. He wasn't as good as Haaland and Nunes. Yeah, every other area of his game, he was better than everyone. And under Pep, that's the type of thing that Pep's going to look at and go, okay, I need this guy to link up with his team because it kind of looks a bit like and that's why I say this is so exciting because with Haaland, you're getting one-on-ones, he'll score. Headers, he'll get in front of defenders, score. Penalties, he'll score. Link-up play, we're not sure on yet. With Alvarez, he seems to have everything. Like, I'm excited by Alvarez. I'm not going to lie.
Last question as well.
I was also just watching so I can see if he can come in my fantasy team as well.
I don't think the problem is if I don't do fantasy, but I've heard that it's long picking a City player because
he just rotates.
I don't want
rotation.
No, I just don't. You know what it is with fantasy as well. I just can't put a Liverpool player in. I just don't want him to score. I want him to suffer.
Is that force? United City phase I can't have in. I just about
I hate it. And I see Aguero not score. I remember putting it in once and Aguero didn't score one. I was stressed that Aguero didn't score.
With this one, I hope we do. 100%. Well, no. all season, I've been saying I hope we do, because I've always felt that Laporte is better than John Stones as a defender. However, the chemistry between Laporte and Diaz just didn't see the same. I felt it was a bit like John Stones is more than happy to be pushed about by Laporte when it's in a defensive role, and he knows his role. However, this season, every time Stones came in, he looked very good. He's got rid of some of his mistakes. But then when the season ended and Laporte was playing through injuries, telling Spain, I'm not going to be playing for the international team because I played through injuries and now to win the league, and now I need to rest and whatever else. And then I went and actually looked at stats across the whole season. I'm telling you, Diaz was our worst defender out of the three of them. I'm not saying drop Diaz for Laporte and Stones. I'm not mad. Any of them three. Not mad at it at all. So,
should we wrap up there though? Because I am tired, boy.
Yeah, same. Lee, where can people find you, bro?
Listen, all my socials, everything down. Just click the link below. But on Twitter, Lee versus Lee, and obviously on Instagram, Gunnar.Lee. Yeah. Obviously, my YouTube is going to be popping off throughout the summer, probably next week as well. So. Going to catch more content on there for Arsenal and obviously things like this as well. So yeah, let's go.
You need to do like a battle royal or something, man.
Yeah,
hot takes 100%. You need a hot takes thing as well. Romz, where can we find you?
Yeah, Twitter. That's my Twitter and Insta, and I'm a regular on Saint FC TV. You'll see me here and there on Big Six Branch out months as well. But yeah, I tweet all things. Well. And never found. Thank you for having me, by the way, Dave.
Love, bro. Always, you're always welcome.
Yeah, not even just football. I always tweet about combat sports, F1, and I watch many sports. So yeah, that's where you find me if you want to have a conversation. It's right there.
Cass.
You always find me here. Don't worry about it, man. Just go follow my Insta. Just make sure you just like before you leave here. Just make sure you're just liking the video if you haven't. And there's and here's obviously my Instagram. I don't want to give out my Twitter, even though it's pretty much the same thing. But leave Twitter.
Everyone leave Twitter. Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, fuck Twitter, man.
Strong 145 people watching as well, man. Big up to you guys as well, man.
Yeah, 100%. So listen, stay with us tomorrow night. We will be live from 9 p.m. Everyone, happy Father's Day one more time. Rest in peace to both my pops. And let me find the thing. Where is it?
But this one?
Catch you tomorrow.